Peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-350-3211. That's 800-350-3211. Again, 800-350-3211.
Whenever I'm feeling a little down under, I can always count on Nate and Brian for their interesting perspective on topics important to freedom and civil rights by listening to the At Odds Show. Nate and Brian cover important topics with insight, intelligence, and of course humor. I can always expect a laugh or two. So if you want to be informed and have a great time, give these guys a listen.
At Odds.
The At Odds Show with the greatest political talk show hosts in history, Nate and Brian. And it's sad that they actually believe that. So give a listen because the delusional need love too.
Are you looking for some way cool t-shirts? Check out ChugDug.com. They have hundreds of crazy fun t-shirts like gun, patriotic, and you better believe zombie shirts. At ChugDug.com, you'll find quality shirts at a quality price. All shirts start at just $10 with free shipping over $50. Mention Radio 1 coupon code at checkout and grab a cool 10% off. That's ChugDug.com. T-shirts with attitude.
Hi, I'm Brian.
And I'm Nate.
If you like the At Odds Show,
And we know you do.
why not order your very own At Odds t-shirt sizes small to 6XL in a cool black color.
So support our show. Check out the great prices at ChugDug.com or head over to our website, atoddshow.com, and click the link.
And unlike listening to our show, you won't be disappointed. Chickens and the At Odds Show with Nate and Brian. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so who was
Sounded like Steve,
the first the first
but he doesn't like the At Odds Show.
or no, the famous American's father?
Let me read it. All right, shut up.
Remember what? How many toes does a platypus have?
A platypus doesn't have toes. It has flippers. What famous American's father headed the investigation into the Lindbergh kidnapping in 1932?
Wait, Nixon? Jeffrey Feiger?
That Jeffrey Feiger? That's sort of a Michigan joke, but
Sherlock Holmes?
It was Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, have you seen the Feiger
there's
2020 ads?
There's a 70-year-old man trying to look 30.
Have you seen?
horrible.
I saw a commercial the other day on the television. Long commercial. Didn't say anything about Feiger Law. It was Jeffrey Feiger sitting there, and he was
He wants
talking
political office.
Yeah, and it said, and at the end it said Jeffrey Feiger, 2020.
He wants to be
like,
governor.
Is he going to run for president?
No, governor.
Not in 2020.
Oh, God, I hope not president. He tried to run for governor once of the state of Michigan.
So are people familiar with Kevorkian?
Yeah, I mean, that's the national news.
Yeah. So they should be familiar with Jeffrey Feiger.
Maybe, yeah.
He defended him. Not well.
I know someone who knows him in they said he's really, really rich.
Well, no crap.
Okay, so 1932, famous general's father headed the investigation, and that person, not the. Okay, so the person was General H. Norman Schwarzkopf. His father was a retired brigadier general who was New Jersey's state chief of police at the time of the kidnapping.
What? That was the most obscure trivia question you've ever given.
It's pretty obscure, but it was
it was the obscurest.
Well, listen, that was a
Bigly.
famous worldwide kidnapping, right?
Yeah,
It was
I know, but
international
who was the
sensation.
famous? What was the answer?
Norman Schwarzkopf.
That's not a famous American.
Really?
Nobody's ever heard of him.
Okay, fine.
Who's heard of him? What did he do?
I'm holding my hand up. Steve's holding his hand up.
Steve doesn't even speak English.
He doesn't know anything, and he's raising his hand. He knows the hell who Stormin' Norman was.
Oh, Stormin' Norman.
Oh, now it's coming to
see?
you. Okay.
No one knows Mr. Smirnoff or whatever.
Schwarzkopf.
Whatever.
It's damn German, so I don't know.
Where are we at?
I don't know. We are down here somewhere. How about safe cities, sanctuary cities?
Oh.
We'll do that real quick.
All right, I guess. It's been all over the news that Nancy Pelosi had a town hall meeting.
Right.
And the lady that seemed to have a really bad cold or lost her voice or something.
It was horrible.
It was painful. And it might be her voice. I'm not making fun of her. I'm just saying it was difficult because I knew she was really trying to express something.
Plus, she was emotional.
And it was tough, and it was tough. Anyway, her
son was
what's
killed
all over the
by
news. Her son was killed. What's all over the news is that she asked Nancy Pelosi, when you go home and line up your grandkids, which one are you going to say you're expendable because I want an illegal immigrant to come into this country and be more comfortable? That's what got all the play. And it's a good question, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it was weird because Nancy Pelosi said,
she said, I'd sacrifice all of them for
right.
just another few years in Congress.
The lady said, so will the killer that killed my son, when he's released from jail,
will you give him sanctuary?
Will they get sanctuary city in your city of San Francisco? Yeah. And Nancy Pelosi says, no, if they commit a crime, they should be deported.
Right. She actually said that none of the illegals that are in her town, in the sanctuary cities, are criminals.
That was different.
They're all law-abiding citizens.
Yeah, she said they were all law-abiding citizens. But no, that's what she said.
Yeah, they're not.
She said law-abiding citizens. And
by
I'm
definition,
saying citizens of Mexico. Yeah, maybe they're following Mexico law, but two things: they're not citizens. Second of all, they are not law-abiding.
By definition, they are criminals.
So if she says if they break a law, they should be deported, then when they come here illegally, by her definition, they should be deported. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They get sanctuary, meaning they're safe from the laws.
Yeah, what she said, or what she was trying to say, was that, let's say that they had witnessed a crime, and they talked to the police, and the police were to find out that they were illegals, the police wouldn't give them to ICE.
Bullcrap.
That's what she said.
Yeah, bullcrap.
They should feel safe to do that.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't come here illegally and feel safe from anything, first of all. But
like the fugitive.
I will say that I do agree with her that I don't want our standard local city police being immigration enforcement and trying to find these people arbitrarily. I don't necessarily want that to happen.
Local police.
And that was her argument, is that we shouldn't turn our local police into
federal
immigration.
Agents. Yeah.
I agree with that.
I agree, too.
I agree. But if they find somebody and they find out through normal course of their work that they're illegals, I don't think they should ignore it.
And they can notify the feds, and the feds can decide what they want to do.
Yep. So she was right about that. But
can you hear me? Because I can't.
Yes, I can hear you. Okay, do you want me to turn you up in your own head?
No. Oh, that's so good. That's great.
Yeah.
All right. So, you want to talk about?
I don't like Nancy Pelosi.
I don't either.
Yeah.
She's.
It's way too loud now.
She's very. Wait. Can you turn up mine and not yours?
No, I can't because look, we're married. Look at this.
Legally, by the way,
we are joined.
We are joined.
And
at
now your headphones are one.
the jack. What is that? A jack?
It's a jack.
It's a jack.
I guess. Okay.
Never mind. I was going to say something.
I know you were. Don't.
So, free speech.
Yeah, I like it.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I do. I mean,
even if people say stuff you don't like?
Well, then, no, I don't like that.
No, God,
I don't like that. And
no,
that
I don't
shouldn't
like
be allowed.
half the things you say.
Right.
And
That's what
I
I'm
should
saying.
squash you for saying it.
Literally.
I'm going to... There's an ATM in our studio. I'm going to smash
You're
it
gonna
now.
So, I don't know why.
Okay.
I watched like 2 hours. BuzzFeed
You were
News.
bored.
Someone from BuzzFeed News was streaming live on Facebook. I watched it for like 2 hours last night. He was walking around the protest.
The protesters?
The rioters.
Air quotes.
Oh, it was horrible. I've seen video clips from a lot of them. It was one of the most violent that I've seen recently.
Was it like a Michigan State University championship riot?
I think it was.
That
No,
caliber?
it was worse than that, I think.
Ooh.
Well, it was worse because not only every bank branch, like these aren't like headquarters. This was like Mechanics Bank branch.
Yeah.
They just destroyed it. Busted all the windows. Every ATM they saw,
Barry's Bank.
destroyed the ATMs. It was funny because I heard the one guy standing there saying, "Oh man, I had to get cash out tomorrow. How am I going to do that with all the ATMs destroyed?"
Oh man,
Idiot. Yeah. Well, I mean, he wasn't destroying them, but
give me
pass
that over here.
Every bank, they tried to light a fire at the Wells Fargo. They threw a flare in and it burned for a little while, but it went out.
I heard they damaged Milo, who was the speaker there.
His bus
Or trailer or something. I don't know.
And it was somewhere else, but somebody leaked it and said,
where
I
was
saw
that?
Milo's bus. Now, he's not really going incognito because it's got a big-ass picture of his face on the side of it.
It's not like he's trying to hide it.
Yeah, and he's not.
All right, so let's get to the point. The point
What's
is,
the point?
he wanted to go there. He had a gig booked at UC Berkeley to give a talk.
Yep.
By some group. They organized it. Protester says, we don't want him here for whatever reason. Now, they never gave a good reason why they didn't want him there.
No. Okay, I mean, it wasn't organized. It's the same thing happened at MSU, Michigan State University here in East Lansing. When he came, there were protesters.
Yeah.
That one, he put a hoodie on and went and stood with them.
Right.
With a
incognito.
with a sign that said Milo sucks.
Yeah. Find out what's going on.
And he thought it was funny because he's gay, and he's like, "Oh, I do."
He's Greek,
anyway,
and he's British.
But never mind. It was inappropriate.
What was?
His sign. You remember he made a joke about it beforehand.
Milo sucks.
It says Milo sucks,
which is not untrue. I don't.
That's what he said.
Okay. So, anyways,
Jeez, you're so immature, Brian.
I am. The thing is, it got canceled, so they had this big thing. All right, and it got out of hand. And I listened to, on NPR, I listened to two Berkeley students. One was supportive of Milo and free speech, even though he didn't like the guy and didn't like what he had to say.
Good.
And another said, I'm all for free speech, but what he was saying was stuff I didn't agree with.
Oh, yeah.
And so I didn't like that. And I think the protests were valid because Milo isn't really talking about free speech. What he's doing is he's an entertainer doing a national tour and going to these liberal colleges to show how they don't like free speach. And he put out a trap for us, and we fell for it.
Yep.
And so that's why he shouldn't talk.
So, okay.
I mean, my God, that's the definition of free speech.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Is to be able to say how stupid you are and how great I am, and if you don't like it, suck it. That's free speech.
If there's a winner in all of this, it's Milo. Because
people who never heard of who
I
he
bet
is
everybody
now,
listening to us right now had no idea who Milo was.
Right.
But the riots at UC Berkeley were big enough that they actually made it on the news. And Milo, the
International
speaker,
news.
ridiculous. Now, I didn't finish.
Oh, there's no such thing as bad publicity.
The destroying the banks, destroying the ATMs, that was bad enough.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really the violence that I was talking about. I'm talking about hitting people with flagpoles knocking people unconscious.
Well, they attacked
a girl had
Milo supporters.
A girl had a hat that said "Make Bitcoin